playoffs back-to-back years.
The goal, Allen. We see. I can't.
No. Don't do that.
There's one team that wins a Super Bowl every year.
The goal got messed
but
up
that's
because
goal.
when they were at their peak, they just decimated by injuries.
Oh.
And then they had to go play the Super Bowl champion in the fourth coldest game of the year, where you couldn't throw the ball on one side of the field and they didn't have home field advantage. Not to say that they would have had a good chance against Kansas City if they were hosting the game. But let's not act like 2023 was nothing. They were decimated by injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
it was doing what? But good team did they beat? What did they prove when they were healthy? In 2023, when they were healthy.
Shifting.
We're
shifting
the conversation.
No.
We started over here. We went over here.
Don't act like 2023 wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing meaningful.
Absolutely nobody, but they were the hottest team in the NFL for a good
against the worst teams in the NFL. Yes,
they were the hottest team in the NFL for a good month.
And what did it amount to?
They didn't beat anybody. Every time they played,
it amounted to nothing. But they were the hottest team in the NFL for a good month, and I believe Tua was the second leading odds maker for MVP, third leading odds maker for MVP of the league going into the Ravens game before they got their face kicked in on the day that they lost Xavier Howard, Bradley Chubb. Javon Holland wasn't there. Who else did they lose that week? Was it the linebacker?
Van Ginkel got hurt the following week.
Van Ginkel got hurt the following week.
The injury should not take you.
Linebacker got hurt. Come on, man.
The injury should not take you out of MVP contention. Josh Allen did not have a good roster last year.
It was done. When we said going into that game, Baltimore game, winner take all. MVP, number one seed. Mm-hmm. Dolphins got their face kicked in. Mm-hmm. Conversation over.
They still didn't beat anybody that year. They
did.
Their signature win was Dallas at home.
They were still the hottest team in the NFL.
No, they weren't. When every time they played, they were 3-0. They played Buffalo, they get spanked. Now they win a game. They played the Eagles and they got handled.
Remember, Buffalo had to come back and actually beat them at home to win the AFC East, because if they had taken care of business against Tennessee, they would have won the AFC East.
Grandma had one.
All right.
But anyway, back to the original point of this whole conversation. The only pushback that I really have with what TD said is, if you consistently try to operate like that, where you're like, well, we're not going to be in the Super Bowl in 3 years, so we might as well not keep our best players. You're just never going to keep your best players, because no one has a crystal ball to be like, we're lining up for it. Because look at the Washington Commanders. They're about to get rid of Terry McLaurin, who's one of their best receivers, and they were just in the NFC Championship game. So to me, you can't operate like that. You have to operate that every year you're going to try to build the best you can to win the Super Bowl. Because if not, you're fired.
I'd rather the Eagles way. Load up, have a 2-year, 3-year window, disappear for 4 years, load up again. You remember when Jay Ajayi got traded and won the Super Bowl? He was their backup. They had starters as backups. That's what they did. They loaded up for that one little window. They got ghosts for about 4 or 5 years, loaded up again, and won another one.
Do you know why for the past 3 years the Eagles have been as good as they are? Because they draft well.
Just about.
They got Jalen Carter at the end of the first round.
Because they were patiently loading up. They weren't trading everything for Tyreek. They weren't trading everything for
drafting.
Exactly. But hey, then let's hold somebody accountable. Why? Because otherwise we're in a rat race.
You're preaching to the choir. I wanted Greer fired when Stephen Ross was fired. So that's a whole different subject and a whole different that's the reason the Dolphins are in this situation they're in. Is because they don't know how to draft, and then they oversign players, and then so we're all that. But you can't pinpoint Zach Sealer into that. You can't take Zach Sealer and then put him in the same conversation with an Ndamukong Suh contract, because it's it's two different things. Zach Sealer didn't hold out, he didn't hold in, he didn't bitch and complain. He came in, he did his job, he worked, he stayed healthy for 6 years, was an undrafted free agent, claimed them off of waivers, came to this team when we were trying to lose on purpose.
Free agent, but yes,
and he just kept doing his thing. And
here's why, and I think Poupart would say this as well. Here's why the Sealer signing was so important. Because the entire locker room was watching.
About to say that. Yep.
And because you cannot talk about all of this stuff with culture and cannot preach all of this stuff about work ethic and doing the right thing and being about team, and then the one guy who personifies all of that, you say, nah, we got you under contract for 60 cents on the dollar.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Did Christian Wilkins personify it? Did Christian Wilkins personify it?
What do you mean?
Did Robert Hunt personify that?
Well, what do you mean personify it?
The exact same thing that Zach Sealer personified. Are you kidding? Robert Hunt didn't personify that, and Christian Wilkins didn't.
Christian Wilkins sat in. Do you remember? He didn't play he didn't play the first week of training camp. He sat in. Did he not?
Yes.
I don't know if Zealer practiced at OTA.
Zealer was at mini camp. Zealer was at he held out of
OTAs and mini camp. He was there, but he was not doing it.
I'm just saying that the locker rooms watching thing. At what point do we realize this is a business? We've been past that.
But that's the problem. That's the problem.
We've been past
these
that.
Coaches preach this is team. This is about the Dolphins. This is a collective, but it's really a business. And the longer it takes for the young players to learn that it's a business, the better off the coaches are. If the young players see right away, oh, this is a business. These guys, they don't care about me. They don't care about the team. They care about the business of the NFL. It does not work. And everything that you say and everything that you preach, it just you might as well throw it out the window.
That's not getting guys to play hurt.
Yeah. A prime example, Raheem Mostert's reaction when we traded Jonnu Smith. That's a prime example.
30-year-old.
If we didn't do what I think that was the biggest thing with Steeler. Obviously, you know, he's done fantastic first, but like Omar said, you know, if they're like, you're going to play on this one, and if you don't play like we want you to, we're not going to be here. So we're just going to move on from you. The whole locker room is going to be like, then what the hell am I playing for? Like, what is this?
I promise you, Doug. I understand what y'all are saying, though. I just want my new GM and new coach to have a clean slate. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think this will drastically impact them. We don't have the details of the contract, but I'm of the opinion, just guessing right now, that the Steeler contract will create cap space, not take away from it. Now, I have
this year,
but it can only like next year. It can only create like a max of $6 to $7 million this year, though.
Yeah, give or take. I was thinking
it depends on what the signing bonus is.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 5-year deal. If Steve Ross, let's say, gives him a $20 million signing bonus, which he's not going to do, then you're talking about a $5 million cap hit in year one, which would create a good substantial savings for you. And you could do all kinds of things. You could restructure Steeler. The